Hey guys, it's Lorenzo. So, tonight I went to my first ever Orchid Society meeting. I attended the Alamo Orchid Society here in San Antonio, and tonight they actually had their semi-annual auction, and all of these orchids are grown either from private growers or at the Alamo Orchid Society grow space and greenhouses at the San Antonio Botanical Gardens. So I just want to show you the haul I got at the auction, and all of these plants were under $15, and they were very mature. Some are in bloom. As you can see, I have an Oncidium that's in bloom. So I'm going to show you what I got. First is what's in bloom, and this is an Oncidium. I think it had a tag on it. I'm gonna have to check my truck and see if it fell off in the back seat. If not, I can probably get one of the Orchid Society board members to identify it for me, because they're very, very knowledgeable, and they know exactly which one this would be. So as you can see, look at the pseudobulbs are very big. It's huge. I think I got this one for $12. Not bad, it's huge and it's in great shape. Next I got was a Dendrobium. This is a Dendrobium Anceps. Dendrobium Anceps, and it's loaded with keikis. Look at all these keikis. These are all baby plants that are growing off the mother. I've got one here, here, here. Just about everywhere there's a keiki on it. So I'm probably going to separate some of those out down the road. I gave some to one of the Orchid Society members who is also on the Orcaholics Anonymous Facebook group, and which is really cool that I got to meet her. Once she commented on the same photo that I commented on, and we both determined that we lived in San Antonio, so it was really neat to meet her here at our local Orchid Society meeting. And by the way, I had a fantastic time. It was so much fun. They have such great people at the Alamo Orchid Society. And if you haven't gone to your Orchid Society meeting, I highly recommend it. This was my first one, and everyone there was so friendly and welcoming of all new members. There was probably like 5 or 6 of us that were brand new members. And what's interesting is that all the new members were pretty young. We were all in our 30s or 20s, so it was, I guess, for them to see a younger crowd coming in was nice to diversify their membership. But it was a lot of fun, and everyone was super nice. I highly recommend that you go to your Orchid Society meeting. I'm going to try to go to the next one, but with school right now, I'm pretty busy. But I'll give it a try. These were not $26. That was my auction number. So you'll see 26 on all of these plants. Excuse me. Kind of got some allergies going, but 26 was my number. This is a Tolumnia. I've never had a Tolumnia before, but you can see it's very small. It's compared to my hand. This is a Tolumnia. That's all it says. So I'm gonna have to wait till it blooms to try to ID it. This one I saw Miss Orchid Girl has this. This, I was actually really excited when I saw that this was up on the auction table. I knew I had to have it. It is an I think it's an Epidendrum Green Hornet, or an Epiciclia, but I think it's an Epidendrum Green Hornet. I could be mistaken, so don't quote me on that one. It looks like it had an old spike that is already turning yellow, so maybe I'll get another spike out of one of these newer pseudobulbs. There's 2 new growths back here, so we'll see how that turns out. This is a NoID, if I can get it, a NoID Cattleya, and it is huge. This is probably the largest orchid, if I can get it. It's probably the largest orchid that now I have in my collection, and it's in sheath too, so you can see there's a sheath here. And I think there's one more sheath down here, right there. And I think one more is about to come out. I saw it on one of the more mature pseudobulbs. It may actually be this one right here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's that one. either way, I think it'll be really interesting to get this one to bloom if it does. I'm really hoping that it does. None of my Cattleyas have yet to bloom. I have 2 that have sheaths on them, but they're just kind of hanging around. And then this one I'm really excited about. It is a Paphiopedilum. Whoa. It's not in the best shape. It's also in spike though, so it's got a couple of buds there. This is a Paphiopedilum. I'm gonna have to look to see if there's a tag on it, but it needs some work. They actually, when they were putting this one on the auction table, made the comment that this one needed some TLC, and it was kind of like that, you know, puppy that's waiting to be adopted when you go to PetSmart. So I decided to be the champion and take it. I think I got it for $8. I think I got it for $8, and let's see, what else did I get? This was on the $5 table. The grower was actually there. This came from a private collection. She was really nice. Her name was Kathy. It's just in a Tupperware, but it's actually 2 divisions. I think I can actually separate it. There's mature, older pseudobulbs back here, and you can see the new growth on this side. But it's broken up into 2 sections. So this side is one, and this side is another. This is a Eria Javanica. Eria Javanica. So I'm gonna have to look this one up. I'm gonna have to look up all of these and see what they are. But she said that one bloom is really pretty. I guess it's part of a really large division. So she brought it. It was on the $5 table. So who could beat that? They also had a lot of other Cattleyas that were just divisions of larger plants for $5. But I have plenty of Cattleyas, and I haven't gotten any of them to bloom just yet. So I'm just going to hold off on Cattleyas, and besides, I'd rather diversify my collection. I'm actually surprised I took this one, but it was so big, and who could resist? I think it was like $10 for this huge, huge specimen. The Green Hornet I'm really interested in. I'll try to post pictures on this posting. This Tolumnia. Oh, also, these are little cakeys from another Dendrobium that the girl that also I met on the Orcaholics Anonymous page, who lives in San Antonio, she purchased a Dendrobium, I'm not sure what it was, I'll have to get the name from her. Anyways, it was loaded with cakeys, so we just snapped one off. Actually, we took 2. Here's the other little one. Get that. Here's the other little one. They just snapped right off. There's the bottom, if I can get it to focus. Anyways, I think I'm going to plant these 2 in one pot together and just try to grow a larger plant. I thought about maybe planting them separately. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to just play around with it. This one, I could probably just plant this one by itself in a small pot. I may even do them as 2 of them. But they produce a lot of keikis. I saw her plant, it was just loaded with keikis, so I don't know if I want to plant them as 2 plants, because then I'm gonna get a lot of keikis out of that one too. So I can always make more. But I'm really excited about this Dendrobium Anceps. I saw this on Miss Orchid Girl, and I know that it blooms actually from the underside, and these are yellow. It blooms from underneath. Let's see if I can get a better picture. Like for instance, on this stalk here, it would bloom on the inside, and there will be yellow flowers. And one of the experienced members of the Orchid Society said those grow like weeds. But I waited for the very end, and this was one of the last auction items. They had a ton of orchids for auction, but I really wanted this. When I saw it, I recognized the name. I saw it, and I knew I had to have it. So it's very yellow, you can see. So I know it's gotten a lot of light. This one was actually housed at the Botanical Garden, so it was in the greenhouses that the Orchid Society maintains. And as you can see, look, there's keikis. They're just all over the place. Look at all these. Back here, there's just tons of them. They're everywhere. So I'm gonna have to take some of these off and pot them up. So who knows, I'll end up having 2 of these, or maybe I will just take a few keikis off and pot them up, give them away, or if anyone's willing to trade and wants to trade maybe keikis off of their plants, of other kinds of plants, I'd be willing to do that as well. I'll probably post those keikis on the Orcaholics Anonymous Facebook page and see if anyone's willing to trade a few keikis. But look at this Oncidium, it's beautiful. And I swear that it has a light fragrance to it, because I smelled something when I went to see, when we took a break from the auction, and I went up to my plant to see it up close, and I smelled the flowers, and I distinctly remember smelling something sweet, maybe a little musky at the same time. I don't want to say spicy, but it could very well be something a little bit spicy. But if you happen to know the ID of this Oncidium, let me know. But look at the bulbs on this thing. They're just, the pseudobulbs, they're just massive and plump and very, very healthy plant. All of these plants are very healthy except for my Paphiopedilum. And if you're not aware, a Paphiopedilum is a slipper orchid, and I am excited to see this one bloom. It's actually got quite a few buds on it. I really hope they don't blast in some way, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm going to have to do some research on these and see what their growing conditions they like. I didn't mean to buy so many, but what can you do when you have a Orchid Society auction and these come from the botanical garden, the greenhouse is there? What can you do? You dive right into it. Anyway, these are some of the orchids I got today at the Alamo Orchid Society. So this is my orchid haul, including what's in the sink. So I'll keep you updated on the progress of this, and winter is around the corner, so I'm gonna have to start thinking about how I'm gonna put all my plants indoors. I do have a couple of wire shelving in my sunroom, so I think in the next few weeks when the temperatures start to drop, usually not till November, but I'll have to figure out where I'm gonna put all this stuff. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and like or subscribe to my channel. And I know I've been really bad about posting. I think I have like 1 or 2 videos that need to get posted, but I've just been so busy with school. So this is my orchid haul from the Alamo Orchid Society. So I wish all of you happy growing. Bye-bye.